Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and we're back with another discussion video. We're down to a day and a half until the game is out, about 36 hours around there, and we're going to be talking about some worries that a lot of people are having. There's a lot of conversations on the official Reddit, the official forums for Cyberpunk, and pretty much everywhere on Twitter, everywhere, right? Because a lot of the reviewers in their reviews, they said a lot of good stuff. They most of them, gave it a rating of 90 plus, but they did state there are a lot of bugs for, like, pretty much whenever they made a pros and cons list. The cons were always filled with a lot of bugs, a lot of instability, a lot of performance issues, and stuff of that nature. And that does have a lot of people worried, especially people with older hardware. Obviously, if you play it on console, it's a little bit different, but for people who are playing it on PC, they are a bit worried. Now, we're going to go over this post, and we also have some tweets as well. So we're going to go over both of them. We're going to see what it's all about, and we're going to go from there. But I picked this Reddit post because it actually does a very good job explaining it, and also the tweets we have right here are going to explain it further. And hopefully this does clear something up for you guys. So let's get right to it. For those worried about poor performance on PC, please read. Alright, there's a lot of concern regarding PC performance for Cyberpunk and early test results showing lower than expected FPS numbers. Let me clear up the confusion here, as these initial benchmarks or reviewers commenting on the performance are not representative of the final version for release day. First and foremost, all review copies currently in circulation have DRM, Digital Rights Management, or Privacy Protection, specifically de novo. This is to stop the game leaking to pirate sites before release. De novo affects performance, especially when poorly implemented, which appears to be the case with Cyberpunk. The release version of Cyberpunk does not have DRM. For that very reason, CD Projekt Red did not invest much effort into optimizing de novo, so it affects performance more than in other games, like Assassin's Creed titles for instance. So expect a performance boost already, just from the fact that the final release copy of the game will run de novo in the background. In addition, NVIDIA has yet released their official drivers yet for Cyberpunk, and CD Projekt Red has yet to release the final day one patch, which is aimed to address performance and stability. All that combined will add up to a decent increase of performance for sure, so for now, please ignore the PC benchmarks in circulation. Hope that helps. Alright, there's a couple of things here. Obviously, the first one, DRM, developers use this in a lot of games. That if they're going to give it to creators and to a lot of people early on, they obviously want to include this just so, again, it doesn't leak, and then all of a sudden your game is out to the whole public before before it's actually released. So it makes sense, and it does affect performance. And like he stated right here, it looks like they didn't implement it in the right way, because obviously they weren't giving that many copies away, which it feels like they did. But at the same time, there's a lot of hype for this game. A lot of people do want this game, so probably in terms of the scope, it wasn't that many people, right? So, as he states that the reviewers are saying that there's a lot of issues, but that might just be with their version. And obviously, the second point being that the day one patch is going to be pretty extensive, as we talked about in the in the other video. So that might also change a lot up, but we will see how the performance is in pretty much when the game is released. We could always speculate, like, it's going to be this much better, it's going to be that much better. But I think just this being removed, the DRM is going to have a significant increase in your FPS and performance in general. Now, let's quickly read the tweets, and then we'll read what other people have to say. This is from Gamers Nexus, which is, if I'm not mistaken, is the leading authority in computer hardware reviews. There we go. So, FYI, Cyberpunk currently has DRM that is only active for reviewers and is known to reduce performance. Will not be active on launch date, therefore any testing published today will not accurately reflect launch performance. CD Projekt Red warned us about this, so we are waiting for launch day. Saying this because there's an article out there that is showing performance numbers, but CD Projekt Red directly told us that early DRM is bad for performance and is not present in the consumer copy. Therefore, testing pre-launch is invalid and not representative of the game. The early DRM is nothing evil, just to prevent leaks from reviewers or streamers to the public. As stated, it's not in the consumer copy, so we really have no problem with it. But it does mean testing should wait until the actual version of the game that people will play is out. There it is. Makes sense. It's straightforward. Obviously, the reason that some, I'm guessing reviewers are doing the testing and then putting it out, you got to get them clicks. You got to get those people to your site. You got to get those people to wherever your content is being hosted. It's kind of scummy, but what are you going to do, right? But yeah, hopefully that does clear stuff up for you guys. It looks like it won't be as bad as the reviewers are obviously saying it. And, as the company has stated, that this was going to happen. The review copies were going to be this way. So it's not very surprising why the reviews are how they are. But with all that being said, I think that since this was kind of like the main con for most reviewers whenever they did like the pros and cons list, I think that puts me in a very good position. Not a very good position, how can I say this? In a very good mood, because there's a lot of pros, like all the main stuff like story, quests, a map, all that. Those are pros, and the only real cons are these bugs, not these bugs, these performance and FPS issues, and also bugs. They will not be present in the consumer copy as much. There probably is still going to be bugs, of course, and still performance issues, but not as many as there is right now for reviewers. Unfortunately, I don't have a review copy, so I can't really, confirm or deny this, but as what I'm seeing, it's a common topic. The reviewers are saying that, poor performance on their end, but at the same time, they were told before. Let's see what people have to say. So, Mr. Randy Plays also mentioned after the review patch, his 5-year-old PC running the 980 Ti was running the game at 60 FPS, no problems. There we go. I'm called BS on the 2 hour. They seem to be slagging the game off for no apparent reason other than clicks. Everyone else, including Windows Central, say the PC version is well optimized. Okay, you want to hear the take? Here's my take on this. Never mind, I'm not gonna say. Should I say? Okay, I'm gonna say my take. I feel like there's a video that came out by by Critical that pretty much talked about people like every time someone says something bad about the game, they just go and attack it, and they just there's so much hype for this game. There's so much everybody just wants everyone to be super positive about it and stuff like that. So it's never mind. I'm not gonna get into it in this video. But yeah, I'm just gonna end it here before I keep rambling on. Sorry, I haven't slept in a while, but I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited. Ask me any questions, any concerns, and stay safe.